Hello, my dear friends. I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney in Miami, Florida. Today we're going to be discussing the topic of EB2 National Interest Waiver in a nutshell and everything you need to know about this visa. At the end of this video, you'll be able to learn how to get a free evaluation of your case. Let's go! Alright guys, before we begin, please subscribe to my YouTube channel because I see that only 70% of you subscribed, the ones who watch my YouTube channel. Please do subscribe so I see that you are interested and you guys like my content. And by the way, smash that like button so I see the value in my videos and you guys enjoying them. Alright, one of you asked me on my Instagram, Stanislav, I still don't understand what is EB2 National Interest Waiver Visa. Well, I see that question a lot. That's why I want to do this video to give you a better explanation what exactly is EB2 National Interest Waiver, so you guys ask the right questions to yourself before you proceed to this program. And your education is, of course, very important because EB2 National Interest Waiver is a very unique program where the United States of America are willing to waive the employer requirement in exchange for your education and your endeavor that is in the national interest of the United States of America. It sounds very intimidating, however, it's not as bad as it may seem. So why does the United States of America impose these very high requirements for this visa? Well, we all know that America tries to protect its own employees first, right? So the Americans who are looking for a job, and America is not willing to exchange the job for American to the job of the foreigner unless there is a national interest. In other words, the United States of America is willing to exchange a job that's meant for American to the foreigner if there is something great cooking. So your degree is only the first inquiry, and we need to know if you pre-qualify for this program if you have an education. So your education gotta be one out of the two. Number one is bachelor's with 5 years of experience in your specialty. And this is very important to understand. Your education has to be connected to your experience. Without the experience, your bachelor's will not work. Your experience that is not connected to your specialty, to your major in your bachelor's, is not going to work either. So you gotta have two components, the bachelor's and experience. For example, you have a bachelor's degree in software engineering and you have 5 years or more working for a company, basically programming and coding. So in this case, you will qualify. Number two, master's degree. With a master's degree, you do not have to have an experience. However, oftentimes I see that even with a master's degree, you still have some working experience, which is great. That's going to help to prove the criteria of this visa. Stanislav, I have PhD or I have some kind of other degree that's higher than master's. Is it good or bad? Well, this is great. If you have a PhD and you also satisfy the rest of the criteria, I should tell you this, that with a degree higher than master's, the immigration officers are less strict with your endeavor and your national interest. Why? Well, because we want PhDs here in the States, and we want those PhDs that we did not spend a penny to get the education for. In other words, to get a PhD person here in the States, that person has to be born. We spend the money to raise him, to educate him, so he goes to school, to university, to undergrad school, and so on and so on, so on. It's a lot of years, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of effort. If you get that just as it is from the foreign country, there we go. The States didn't spend any money and got a very highly qualified specialist. And this is very important to understand, guys, that EB2 National Interest Waiver is a program for highly qualified people. The United States of America, again, are willing to waive the requirement for the employer, which is good for EB2, EB3, EB4, EB5, and some instances for EB1. They're willing to waive that. You don't have to have the employer, but show us that you deserve to be here, what kind of education you have, what kind of project you have. What is project? Project is endeavor, that word in the law. We have to prove what exactly you are going to do here in the States. And that have to be either employer, again, not employer in the sense of a perm certification, but just a company willing to hire you, right? So it still could be employer. It could be your own company, or it could be some type of project where you will be involved. Stanislav, I want to come to the States, look for the employer, look for the opportunities, work, then I want to progress with my endeavor. Not gonna work. We have to reverse this process. We need to show that you coming with something to the States. We cannot say, hey, we're just gonna come and see what's gonna happen. No, we're gonna get a denial. That's 100%, right? 100%. So make sure when you fill out the application, you will learn about it later, to get a free evaluation from me. When you think about this program, when you think about EB2 National Interest Waiver, and I know that a lot of you guys satisfy the actual criteria, you may not know about it, but now I'm telling you so you get educated on this topic. So make sure when you come to me, to the immigration planning, you are the one to tell me what you are going to do here. You may be doing some research why your project, why your endeavor is in the national interest of the United States of America. And in short, if you are from STEM categories, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, you have more opportunities, more chance to get this type of visa. Why? Well, let's go back and remember that we want highly educated and highly qualified people here in the States. We don't want just regular people. We want talents, business, investment, highly qualified people. That's in a nutshell the whole immigration program of the United States of America, besides the family immigration, right? So if you don't have family members here, you are doomed to be either talented or have money or investment, or to be very highly qualified person. So with that understanding, with the project we've been discussing, okay, let's repeat. Number one, your education, bachelor's and 5 years experience or master's, no experience needed. Number two, your project, what you're gonna do. How are you gonna do the consulting services? Are you gonna help other people to grow businesses? Are you gonna start your own business that's gonna be in the national interest? Are you gonna be working in the lab? Are you gonna be working for the college? Are you gonna be working for the university? Are you gonna be working at highly technological company to make good to the United States of America, right? So you gotta have that project. And again, don't be discouraged if you don't know exactly whom you're gonna be working for. You could be working for yourself, but we need to show that working for yourself, having a company, be it a consulting company, whatever that is a national interest of the United States of America. And this is the third part we're going to discuss here today. So what's national interest? National interest means that wherever project you're going to be implementing, wherever project you'll be working on, wherever endeavor you're going to be involved in, that's going to be in the interest, and pay attention, of the United States of America. Not this particular company, not this particular group of people, not this particular state or a city, unless it's in the national interest, right? It gotta be in the national interest of the government of the United States of America. You're saying that word over and over again, but what's interest? Well, interest could be financial, economical, business, cultural, science, and so on, right? There is no limitation of what kind of interest that could be. Whatever is an interest of the states is the interest meant in this program. If your project helps to grow businesses, if your project hires a lot of American employees, and that number could be 15 plus, if you create some technology or you bring some technology, and that doesn't have to be unique, guys. pay attention, okay? Doesn't have to be unique. It has to be in the national interest. So if similar projects exist, but you want to bring that to the market, if you want to bring it to the States and compete with others who's doing that, that means you're going to improve this service, these goods, whatever that is. So make sure you don't get confused that your project has to be unique. If it's unique, it's awesome, because then we can make a better argument, but it doesn't have to be. We just got an approval for EB2 national interest waiver for a very interesting client. The client is a businesswoman. She is dealing in the business of flower shops. She created franchising for her flower shop and pion plantations. Pion is a type of flower. This industry is not very developed in the States, so she created the project for the plantations to be set up and for franchising to be developed. Her flower shop was working and she was going outside of this project, selling the franchising for this project. And we got her approval without RFE. Interesting fact that there is more than education to this. You could be also a person with exceptional ability, but this is probably a topic for a different video. I want to focus this video specifically on your education as a prerequisite to participate in this program. Stanislav, I know that I have the proper education and or experience, and I think that I have a project or two that might be in the national interest of the United States of America. What's my next step? Great question. Go down below this video and fill out the application that I prepared for you with a lot of details answering to my questions. Answer all the questions. I could give you a free analysis of your case, something that other attorneys call a consultation and want you to pay them $300. Here you get it for free. So smash that like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, press that bell button. I also have TikTok and Instagram in English. The links to those platforms below this video as well. All the contact information below this video in the description. I am Stanislav Shamayev, the lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.